Welcome everybody to another edition of the Nick Saban Show presented by Truckworks. I'm Chris Stewart along with the head coach of the Crimson Tide, the SEC Western Division champions coach, after a great 55-17 win over LSU.
I was really proud of our players, the way they competed here today. We had a lot of respect for LSU's team and the players that they have. They got a lot of guys that can make plays, and I knew we were going to have to play a really good game, and thought we did a fantastic job of controlling the tempo of the game on offense. We just moved the ball, scored points, got ahead in the game, made it a little different game. Didn't play great on defense in the first half, made 2 mental errors that gave them big play touchdowns. We have to eliminate those things, but I thought made some good halftime adjustments, and the defense played a lot better in the second half.
Offense gets the ball right out of the gate and put points on the board quickly.
Well, and I think that first drive sort of set the tone for the game and for the day. And our offense has done a fantastic job all year long. Our players have done a great job and deserve a lot of credit for winning the West and putting themselves in a position where they are now. Now we have to focus on what we need to do to finish.
All right, Coach, let's get into those first half highlights.
Mack will lean in, he'll yell, clap his hands once. Second time, gets the snap. Here now is the hold of the ball and the throw across the middle. It is caught by Alabama, and a first down inside the 20 to John Mechie. Second down at 5. Here now the snap. Handoff, Najee goes right, goes left, goes right, goes left, goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! So it'll be a 4th down and inches. Shanahan watching, handoff, no! I don't believe they got it. Alabama stops them. That was close, but Alabama stopped them. The quarterback got underneath Liam Shanahan, and Bama just stuffed the LSU Tigers, and that will knock you down a peg right there. Full house backfield. Here now the give. Fighting down low, digging his way across towards the goal line. Najee Harris, we can't tell if he's in. There's been no signal yet.
After review, the runner stretched the ball across the goal line with possession, resulting in a touchdown.
First and 10 now from the 25. Here's Mack, straight drop on the far hash mark. Looks long, wide open, near side, touchdown, Billingsley. And all of the LSU players are looking at each other and said, I thought you had him. No, I thought you had him. No, he had him. Nobody had him. Touchdown, Alabama. Davis Price shifts to the left side of his quarterback, Finley. Finley gets the snap, stands in, looks, throws, wide open, loose down the left side, touchdown, Keyshawn Boutte. Touchdown for LSU. Mack fakes, clapping his hands, now brings a man in motion. Mack looks left, loads up, behind the defense, here's Devontae. See ya, touchdown Alabama. Touchdown, Alabama! Wow! 65 yards. Mack to Devontae. And Alabama now takes a 28-7 lead over the LSU Tigers. LSU with 2 wides right, 2 to the left side. Here now is the handoff. Nice hole into the secondary. Nobody's going to get there in time, I don't believe. With blocking ahead of him. Taking it in for a touchdown, John Emery, the sophomore from St. Rose, Louisiana, and LSU. Scores again, Bama up still, but it's now a 28-13 game. Jacoby Stevens moves with him. It'll be his own look as now Mack loads up near side. Has a man, that's Devontae, near side, 10-5. Touchdown! Alabama! Oh my goodness gracious, it takes like no time. Don't blink, you'll miss it. Mac Jones and Devontae Smith combining again on a 61-yard touchdown. Here's a 30-yard field goal try. Riker up, good. So Alabama just continuing to add to the offense on a 3rd down and 10. Najee waits. Mack claps his hands, gets the snap. Mack stands in, throws back to the end zone. High, Devontae. Oh my goodness, touchdown Alabama. Devontae goes up, makes an unbelievable touchdown catch. What a grab. He went up against the tight defense, got one hand on it, beating Derek Stingley for the touchdown.
Coach, it's 45-14 Alabama at the half, and some of the individual numbers look like post-game numbers.
Well, Najee had a great first half, over 100 yards rushing. I think Smitty had over, 200 yards or something, pass receiving. But I think the balance that we had offensively in the first half was really the key to the drill. I mean, we really kept them off balance, and most of the time the offensive line doesn't get the credit that they deserve for being able to have guys rush like we did, and to have the protection that we had to make the plays in the passing game that Mac was able to make. A lot of them to Smitty, but I think we did a really, really good job. You score 45 points in a half, that's always a good day's of work.
Was indeed. We got more coming up. Stay with us right here on the Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. And by Red Diamond, the official coffee and tea of the Crimson Tide.
Coach, your fans always love to hear your message at the half.
Well, I was a little upset with the defense because I thought we just were a little, not as intense as we needed to be mentally, and making mental errors that we stopped them on 3rd down. We get a roughing the passer, extends a drive. We have those 2 big busts on defense. And I'd never said it to our players, but I was really proud of the fact that LSU hadn't scored a touchdown on us since 2014 in this stadium. And I told the players that at halftime, so they played a little better in the second half.
They did indeed. Let's get into those second half highlights.
From their own 35, quarterback looks right, looks left, looks down. That'll be a sack. Second of the ball game for Alabama. Josh Jobe doing the job as he came in. 2 wides left, 1 to the right. Finley claps his hands, barks signals, looks, he's under pressure, down he goes. It'll be the 4th sack of the day for the Crimson Tide, and that was Will Anderson who was there picking up the sack. 45-14, starting from their own 41. Mack looks, steps up, fires, caught. Devontae, he'll dance around a couple of defenders and gets a first down across midfield to the LSU 47-yard line. 2 wides to the left side. Motion far side. Mack stands in underneath, catch is made, a beauty. 30, it's fumbled, picked up by LSU, and out down they go at the 25-yard line. Slade Bolden had it, then fumbled it, and it was covered by LSU, and the Fighting Tigers will have it going the other way. Finley, the quarterback. 1 wide to the left, everybody else in tight. Here's Finley, stands back, surveys, throws left side, catch is made by Gilbert. He fumbled the ball. Let's see, does Bama have it? The Tide says they do. Now Chris Allen with a fumble recovery for the Crimson Tide. 1st and 10 from the 11. So Bama can get a first down without a touchdown. Here's the handoff. Forget about what I just said. They'll get the touchdown, and it's Najee with another 11-yard touchdown run. Cade York to try a 52-yarder. Von Rosenberg will hold it. Kick is on the way to our right, and it is good. It is good. A 52-yard field goal by Cade York. Here now, low snap. Bryce gets it, picks it up, hands it to Brian Robinson, who runs over a man and gets down to the 7-yard line. My goodness. He just ran over Cameron Lewis, who is still trying to check the license plate of that truck. Here's a 2nd and 10 LSU now. In their white jerseys over the gold pants. Johnson steps up. Johnson going down. Oh, and he was doubled over backwards. That's going to be the 5th sack of the night. Will Anderson doing it there. A 34-yard field goal try. Thomas Fletcher snaps it. Mac Jones places it down. The kick is up and good. And Alabama now with a 55-17 lead over the LSU Tigers.
55-17, Coach, the final score. You had 650 yards total offense, and a whole lot of other things happened well also.
Well, a couple things. You know, we only gave up 116 yards in the second half defensively, which was really a really good job. And I was really proud of the fact that we put the second team in with the ball on the 1-yard line, and 4.5 minutes left to go in the game, and they took the air out of it and drove the ball, 60, 70 yards down the field running. Which was really good for those guys in terms of how they finished the game. So, and I know our players were happy that they got in the game, and we were going to put some guys in on defense and never got a chance to.
Tide wins at 55-17, now 9-0 on the year, and clinch the SEC Western Division title. We've got more coming up. Stay with us right here on the Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. By Coca-Cola, together tastes better. And by Aflac. Get to know us at aflac.com.
Coach, where was the turning point for you in this one?
Well, I think that when the game got 28-14 and we were able to score, we got 3 straight stops on defense, and I think we scored 3 times on offense and had a 2-minute drive at the end of the half. I think that's probably what sort of separated the game and made it a different kind of game for both teams. And I think that was probably the biggest turning point.
Coach, you got a wonderful staff, veteran guys throughout. Steve Sarkisian is one of those, got head coaching experience, successful in that regard. He engineers your offense.
Well, Sark has done a fantastic job. I mean, I'm telling you, he's a great play caller. He does a really, really good job of preparing the players each week for what we can do. He's innovative in how we attack people. And, I just can't tell you what a great job that he's done. He's a fine person. He's loyal as heck to me and very helpful with his experience. So he's been as good addition to our staff as anybody over the years.
Coach, let's go Mercedes-Benz All Access with Steve Sarkisian.
I was never the biggest guy in football, and that's why I didn't start college playing football. I never had enough. I felt like it just wasn't big enough to survive, and so I went to do the baseball route, got talked back into doing the football thing.
Sarkisian looking down the hole, wide open is McGuire. With a block, he'll go. Cut back behind Lewis, touchdown, Brigham Young.
I always had to play the game from a cerebral standpoint. I wasn't the most physically gifted guy that could throw the ball 70 yards and could run 4.4, so I had to try to stay ahead. I really prided myself on my preparation and anticipating and understanding the coverages and different things that defenses would give you.
Sarkisian. Deep ball. Touchdown. BYU with an upset.
That part of the game I kind of started to enjoy more and more, and when I got done playing, when I had the opportunity to get into coaching, I just felt like this is something I'd love to do. And then it became really natural and fun for me to communicate and convey all those things to the guys that I was coaching. I'm one of the few people, I think, who have got to work for and under Pete Carroll and Nick Saban. And they're both been tremendous in my career. I would not be where I am today without those two. Both detail-oriented, both defensive-minded, but yet have a very good feel for the offensive side of the ball. And the biggest thing I've gotten from those two, they both have a common goal, and it's very similar. They want to win championships, and they're about developing players. How they get to it and in their own beliefs is very different. And I think the thing that's helped me is you have to be you and stick to your beliefs in this profession, because when you start going back and forth and trying to do too many different things, that's when you can get yourself in trouble and you don't have the answers for what you're trying to accomplish. So those two guys have been tremendous for me in my career.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Coach, get a chance to shine our spotlight for a student athlete on a young man who has been unbelievable this year in Mac Jones.
Well, you know, what makes me so proud of Mac is he's having a fantastic year, but Mac came up the hard way. Right. You know, he spent 3 years under some really, really good players, worked hard, got better, improved physically, got bigger, got stronger. Very, very intelligent guy who really understands the offense and makes a lot of really good decisions out there. And he's been a great leader on our team and a really good person. And, you know, I might add this that makes me proud, that he is the one player that actually gives me a check every year for Nick's kids. He contributes to Nick's kids every year.
Special. That's very special. He contributed in a big way today. 20 of 28, 385 yards and 4 touchdowns. Again, here's more on Mac Jones.
I'm Mac Jones, quarterback, Jacksonville, Florida. It's a great feeling, you know, just suiting up with, you know, like I said, some of my best friends and going out there and representing the state of Alabama. I don't know if there's anything better than that. You know, every Saturday getting a chance to do that, so it's a great feeling. Just coming in, I knew that I had a lot of work to do, you know, to be where I wanted to be, and I'm still working. But they challenge us every day. It's a daily challenge, and we just have to go to work, and really on the field stuff kind of takes care of itself. But the off the field stuff, you know, is stuff that we can learn from Coach Saban, whether that's in meetings, stories that he tells, anything like that, where we can get some form of information to help us in life. I'm just getting started, and we're just getting started. Obviously, we haven't won a national championship in a little bit of time here, but you know, looking back, winning that national championship and being on that team was one of the best moments. Even though I was a freshman and didn't really play, I just got to watch, you know, some of my best friends go out there and play, and that just was really exciting. But we want to get back to that for sure. I would just say, you know, my family is obviously really important. You know, my relationship with God has grown over the past couple years. It's important to me, and you know, just being a good teammate. When I think about football, it's important to me too. Just being the best teammate I can be, and trying to help my friends and teammates become better players and better people. Yeah, the fans over the past couple years have been great. They show up every week or weekend rather, and cheer us on. And this year, I know it's hard not being able to have everyone out there, but we do have the best fan base in the country, and we have a great stadium, and when they fill it up, there's nothing like it. So we just thank you guys for supporting us and having our back.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Aflac. Get to know us at aflac.com.
Coach, what's next is another road trip in the SEC, taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah, they've really played good football this year. They've lost some really close games. They lost by 3 to LSU. They lost on a field goal today. So this team's very capable. Sam Pittman has done a really, really good job there. They're really competitive. Guys play hard for them. And, you know, this is going to be a game that's going to be a challenge for our players to be able to stay focused on what they need to do to improve and get better and compete and continue to develop the kind of habits that's going to carry us into the SEC championship game.
Coach, congratulations again on the West, a 55-17 win today over LSU. Look forward to seeing you in Fayetteville. Look forward to seeing all of you next time right here on the Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Together tastes better. By the University of Alabama, where legends are made. And by Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works.